here at your college for giving an awareness program regarding ganja and drugs eradication program. Okay. In this session, we are going to explain about the circumstances and issues regarding drugs and ganja. On behalf of this, our Sub-Inspector Sir, Raghavendra Sir will address the session. Please listen carefully.
So, good morning everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. So, let me ask one question before starting this session. So, first of all, don't think it is a session or lecture, seminar, whatever it may be. Just we are here to give you some awareness regarding this drug abusement. So, let me ask you one question. What is drug actually? Drug. What is drug? बोलिए कुछ नशा और
One type of addiction.
So what is drug actually? बोल रहा ना था कोई नशा और so what very good. So in a positive manner you have to think a drug is a medicine. It is a medicine or other substance which is used for treatment in the medical field actually. So drug is a medicine or any chemical substance which is used to cure or to prevent or to diagnose any disease. Means whenever we feel any ailment or disease or illness, sickness in our body, we just go to the doctor, right? We'll explain to the doctor whatever the problem you are facing. According to that problem, doctor prescribes some medication, right? So based on the or depends on the on the prescription of the doctor, we purchase the medicine and we use. Then our diseases or any ailments will be cured. So that is what the purpose of the drug. So drugs are generally manufactured or produced for the treatment purpose. Sometimes it also used for enhancement of our physical and mental well-being. So why do we produce the drugs actually? Drugs are produced or manufactured for the treatment purpose in the medical field. But sometimes if a drug is administered by self without consulting any doctor in unspecified manner, without consulting any doctor, without asking anybody, without knowing the consequences of the drug, if we use, that is called drug abusement. Abusement means what? Without asking anybody, by self, we are only deciding I have to take this drug, like that will start, right? So if we take like that, drug abusement, it is called drug abusement. What happens if you take the drugs unnecessarily? What happens? So many drugs are there. Today I am not here to say what are the kind of drugs, those things. Today we are here to give you some awareness or consequences. The consequences and negative factors are negative things if we take any drug unnecessarily without knowing the purpose or without knowing the characteristic of the drug and without consulting any doctor. So many issues are there. So initially what happens? Addiction ho jayega. Addiction means what? Addiction means we'll enter or we'll come to one stage. We'll come to one stage. On that stage, what happens? Oh, yes, habit. So without knowing, without having the drug, we cannot live. So that kind of status or that kind of stage is known as addiction. Time and again if we use, right? We use time and again unnecessarily. I told you, whenever any ailment is there in our body, any illness, then we have to use any drug or medicine. So whenever you are okay, you are healthy, your body is functioning in a normal mode, your parts of your body functioning in a well manner, then you are not supposed to take any medicine or drug except food. You are not supposed to take any drug. That is what? Our body functions in a normal manner. So unnecessarily if you start taking the drug actually, will get addiction to that particular drug. What happens to addiction? So we'll enter into one stage. So at that time, initially you may take without knowing the reasons or without knowing the purpose. So by force or to show off something, whatever it may be, we start taking the drugs. Okay, if you do like that, at that time, from that point of time, drug will guide you in a negative way. Drug will drive you in a negative way. Drug will not allow you to come from that negative trap or negative stage, negative environment. So that is called drug addiction. So next will come health issues. when we are healthy, we need not take any medicine, right? So unnecessarily if you start taking, we are just habituating her to have the drugs. We are just habituating the particular drug to our body unnecessarily. So then we will face so many health issues. Our liver may damage, kidneys may damage, our heart attacks will come, brain may not function in a proper manner, our central nervous system will be damaged, your body and your mind will not be in our control, will do so many things, will not be in a conscious mode, so many health issues will come. For that purpose you should go to the hospital, means will be in hospital only. So for that you should spend so much amount, right? For the hospitalization purpose we'll use, or we have to spend so much amount. So next will come economical issues. Next consequence of the drug addiction is what? Economical issues. How we face economical issues. So you are coming to the college. So for what? Learning something or studying for education to grow in your future in a better manner. Okay? For your career. So we are coming to the college. So our faculty and our principal. So what is their duty and what is their responsibility? To teach you, to give you a proper knowledge. Whatever the doubts you have, their duty is what? To get clarified those doubts. So this is what happens in the college actually. So for that purpose your parents are spending some amount, they are investing some amount, they are giving you some amount to give you, to give you better education, or for the examination fee, or for the accessories whichever you are using in the college. So for that purpose you should use that amount, right? Unnecessarily if you start taking those drugs, what happens? Initially it is free, but after some days you have to spend some amount, extra amount. So whatever the amount your parents are giving, that should be used for the education purpose in the college. But unnecessarily if you start taking those things, or unnecessarily you are using for the wrong purposes, what happens? You will face some extra burden. Means you have to spend some extra amount to those things, right, to purchase. Those are not required for your education, right? Are they required for your education? No, they are not required for your education, but unnecessarily you are spending amount on those things. So your money is deviating, purpose is deviating. So whatever the amount you want to use for the education, that purpose is not fulfilling in the college. So in that way you will face so many economical issues. It is somewhat burden to you and your family members also. So can we go to our family members, can we ask like that, I am spending whatever the amount you are giving for the wrong purposes, will you give some more amount? Shall we ask like that in our family? Will they accept? No. So they don't accept, right? But unnecessarily if you are habituated or addicted to those things, what happens? You have to purchase or you have to get some amount from wherever the thing. You will feel some burden. So like that you will face economical issues. Then will come social issues. Social consequences or social issues. How social issues will come? So again I will tell one example. The purpose of coming to the college, to learn or to get knowledge day by day, to grow in your life or in your future. So what happens in you, once you take the drug, from that stage onwards, drug will give you negative causes to our body. Because whenever we take any drug or medicine into our body, it has its own physiological effects on our body. I told you right initially, whenever you feel any sickness, any ailment in your body, we feel anytime headache, stomach ache, backache, whatever it may be, particular problem, doctor prescribes one drug or medicine. So whatever the particular problem you are facing in your body, that particular problem will be solved according to your, based on the prescription of the doctor. So like that particular problem only solving, right? So whatever you are feeling headache means you are take whatever the medicine that is related to that headache only. Then headache will be cured, like that. So unnecessarily you start taking those drugs means it has its own negative impacts on our body, right? We don't know. Our central nervous system will be damaged. Your mind will not be in your control. Your body will not be in your control. You are not in a conscious mode. So sleeping disorders will come. Eating disorders will come. So they won't come to the college properly. They will not focus on the studies. They'll start arguing with the parents, family members, faculty, principal. They'll start fighting with the friends. They'll get, irritation, frustration, unnecessarily anger without knowing the reason. So these kind of things you are doing in the classroom means what happens? Whatever the curriculum or syllabus is in the college, it is getting disturbed because of your violence or nonsense you are creating in the classroom or college, in the family also. So like that, whatever the thing has to done in the college, what is the responsibility of your faculty and your principal? They have to guide you, they have to teach you in a proper manner, positive manner. But unnecessarily you are creating the nonsense. Because of your nonsense, all the environment, whatever the environment is, that is getting disturbed in the classroom. Again, they have to focus on those issues to solve. Before giving you proper education, they have to focus on those things. They have to solve those problems. Unless they solve the problem, they will not teach you in a proper manner. So because of one student, each and every student in the classroom are getting disturbed because of your actions. So like that, you will face so many social issues once you take the drug. So these are the things you will face, so many consequences. Many issues are there. To understand better way, I just selected these many things. Finally, it is a crime. Right? So drug addiction will get you conviction. Conviction means what? Imprisonment. So you may think that selling or peddling drug is a crime. So not only selling drug is a crime, but also taking is a crime. So transporting is also crime. So there are methods. So based on your crime gravity, it depends or it decides how many years or how many days you have to spend in the jail. So finally it is a crime. So these many consequences are there if you take drugs. So why I am saying to you means you are educated people. So I can understand that you are in a position, you have the discrimination power, which is good or which is bad to our health, our life, for our career. So at least you are getting proper education, right? At least you will understand something which you read. Whenever you read something, whenever you listen something, you will understand the thing. You will understand the purpose. So the purpose of coming to the college means at least you should know that. So many people are not getting proper education, proper food also. At least we are fortunate to have this kind of infrastructure and faculty. So they are guiding us in a proper way. So at this age, what is our responsibility? Please keep it in your mind. So whatever the purpose you have to fulfill, it is a responsibility. I mean, as a student, as a family member, as a citizen of this country, this state, we should remember that what is the purpose of this stage. At this age, what is the purpose or what is your responsibility? To study and to get knowledge, to enhance your skill. That is what the purpose. So I'll ask one more question. Why people start taking drugs actually? Why do they start? Friends or stress or depression. So whatever the answers you are saying, those are correct only. Depression, by compulsion of our friends, okay, stress, okay, sometimes we may not function in the examination or low performance in the examination, our friend suggest karta hai. So there are two kind of people again. So positive and negative. So positive people will guide us or tell in a proper manner. So nothing will happen, just to focus or concentrate more, you will get the marks or you will be passed in the examination. You have to focus carefully, like that some member says. So some other will give us our negative ideas. So take, what happens? Nothing will happen. Okay, at this age. Okay, age में नहीं होता कब लेता. So taste करेंगे, मजा करेंगे, कुछ भी नहीं होता, ऐसा start होता ना. Compulsion of the friends are to show off. So like that they'll start. So but you have to remember one thing. You have to remember one thing. So whatever the problems you are saying, depression, stress, those problems you are saying, right? So at that stage, while taking one action, before taking that action only, you have to think, are we solving one problem or are we creating one more problem to solve this problem? Are we solving the problem or are we creating one more problem?
Solving.
You have told me, right? Depression, stress, because of the stress and depression, they are starting taking the drugs. To solve that particular problem, stress or depression, you are feeling the problem, you will face these many consequences if you start the drugs. So that is not at all a solution. That is not at all a solution. Solution means what? It has to solve your problem. Right? We are not searching for a proper solution. We are not searching in a proper way or in a positive way. That is what you have to think. Why I am saying means, unless you take strong decision, no one will help you. No one will help you to come out from that negative tap. So that is what I am saying. Before entering into that only, you have to think and you have to decide strongly. So I'll not allow anybody to take those things. So how can we recognize, how can we identify those people who are taking the drugs? Means some we can understand, some physical changes will come, some psychological changes will come, some behavioral changes will come, some attitudinal changes will come. So physical changes means reddish eyes हो जाता, red shot eyes बोल के रहता, पूरा reddish हो जाता eyes. Peoples in our eyes are getting larger or smaller than the normal. So unnecessarily hand shivering. Okay, some behavioral changes. I told you, right? Unnecessarily they'll get frustration, anger. Okay, they'll start fighting friends. Unnecessarily they'll shout at all. I mean, other with the family members, faculty, they'll start arguing. So unnecessarily they'll not sleep properly. They'll not come to the college properly. They'll not focus on the career, education, classroom, examinations, whatever it may be. They'll not focus. So these are some psychological behavioral changes will come in our body when we start taking the drugs. So I told you, right, drugs are manufactured for the medical purposes. Whenever we take the drug into our body, it has its own physiological effect. If we eat banana, will taste differently, right? Food, different. Okay, depends on the item, you will face some different taste or different reactions in our body. So likewise, I am saying, I'm not saying as a police personnel, I am saying as a brother, you should keep it in your mind. Once you spoil your life, no one will come to you and will not sit beside you and tell. So if you fail in the examination, no other friend will come to you and write your examination. You have to write your examination. It's you have to decide, and you have to take the responsibility of your life, and you should guide your life in a proper way. So these are the things, because so many students we are just seeing every day. So unnecessary, I mean, two friends are going somewhere. The person who is sitting backside, he doesn't know where they are going actually. So they'll go somewhere. So if they caught, the first person says like, I just came here to purchase some drug or ganja with me. But the second person who is sitting back, he doesn't know. Just along with his friend is coming. So sometimes we may commit these kind of things. So you should be careful and what circle you have. So while transporting something, I mean, our friends give some parcel or just hand over to some other friend. So then also you should be very cautious and very careful. What are the items you are just transporting to other persons? Because once you caught, no one will help you. So before only you have to decide. So at this age, what is your responsibility? You should keep it in your mind and you should decide. This is which are, I mean, helpful or which are necessary for my education, for my life, for my career. Those are the things should be utilized in a proper way. Whatever the infrastructure in your college, it is very good. So you should utilize in a proper manner. So don't create unnecessarily nonsense or violence in the classroom or college. Well, sir, by taking these kind of drugs. So this is what I want to give you some awareness regarding those things. So you have to decide. I'll not take the drugs. I'll not allow anybody to take drugs. If I find anybody, immediately I'll give, or I just take the notice to your principal, or will write down some phone numbers. You have to note these phone numbers and you just give information. We'll take care of those things. But unnecessarily you don't enter. Why I am focusing on you means this is the age, or at least you can understand. You are educating people, right? You should understand and you should tell anybody in your family or in your area, in your college also, what are the negative consequences are there if you consider or if you take those things. So that is what we are giving awareness. So it is your responsibility also. You are the ambassador of this college, this state, this country. So you should, publicize these many things, these many issues are there. You have to tell them in a proper way to understand. So, which I want to tell you. Now our constable will speak you just 1 or 2 minutes.
Right. जैसे कि अभी सर ने बोला है ड्रग अब्यूजमेंट के बारे में और जो कि कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस होते हैं और उसके इम्पैक्ट्स इन ऑल एस्पेक्ट्स, ठीक है, पूरा एक्सप्लेन किया है. एंड जो भी यहाँ ये केसेस में ड्रग्स और गांजा के केसेस में जो भी डिटेक्ट होंगे या कंज्यूम करते हुए पकड़े जाएंगे या तो सेल करते हुए पकड़े जाएंगे, उनके ऊपर सीधा हम लोग क्रिमिनल केसेस रजिस्टर कर रहे हैं. FIR will be registered. Okay, along with the FIR, we are attaching all your complete identity proof documents along with Aadhaar card, PAN card, driving license, passport, each and everything, and we are maintaining a central database system. Okay, in this central database system, अगर कोई भी कहीं भी इसके ऊपर डिटेक्ट हुए, आपका सिंपली आपका आधार कार्ड जो भी मारेंगे, यू विल बी डिटेक्टेड प्रीवियसली जो भी मेंटेन करेंगे, राइट। इससे क्या होगा, यू आर नॉट एलिजिबल फॉर एनी काइंड ऑफ गवर्नमेंट जॉब्स, because before getting into the government sector, before getting any kind of government sector jobs, your background verification will be done from your local stations, and before giving you a job, even though you have qualified with a maximum amount of marks and with a merit, अगर जॉब भी आ गया, अच्छे मार्क्स से भी सेलेक्ट भी हो गए, बट ये केसेस में डिटेक्ट हुए, यू विल नॉट गेट इनटू गवर्नमेंट जॉब्स। ओके, सीधा सीधा गवर्नमेंट जॉब का तो हो गया। एंड अगर समझेंगे प्राइवेट सेक्टर में कुछ करेंगे, एज मल्टीनेशनल कंपनीज गिविंग यू लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ सैलरीज, बिफोर गिविंग सैलरीज वो लोग देखेंगे उनका एनवायरनमेंट खराब नहीं होना है, तो बंदे की वेरिफिकेशन तो हो गई। दे विल शेयर देयर बैकग्राउंड वेरिफिकेशन के लिए हमारे पास ही आएंगे। बिफोर गिविंग यू जॉब, द मल्टीनेशनल कंपनीज गेट वेरीफाइड योर बैकग्राउंड, योर कंडक्शन, ओके। उसमें भी काउंट होंगे तो मल्टीनेशनल कंपनी से भी जॉब नहीं आएगा, सीधी सीधी बात। और अगर यहाँ भी कुछ नहीं कर सके तो बाहर जाके कुछ करेंगे, अब्रॉड वगैरह, यू विल नॉट गेट एनी काइंड ऑफ पासपोर्ट, ओके, एज अगेन योर बैकग्राउंड वेरिफिकेशन विल बी डन। सो सीधा सीधा गवर्नमेंट गया, मल्टीनेशनल कंपनीज गए। now as we are maintaining a database system and loaded with artificial intelligence and data management science, कहाँ भी जाओ, यहाँ पे ही नहीं, थ्रू आउट इंडिया में, ओके। अगर आपके डिटेल्स मानेंगे तो आ जाएंगे। सो इट इज़ बेटर, ये ड्रग्स और गांजा जैसे नशीली चीज़ों के जो भी काट हुए, वी आर रजिस्टर्ड केसेस अंडर NDPS एक्ट, नार्कोटिक ड्रग्स एंड साइकोट्रॉपिक सब्सटेंसेस एक्ट। सो कहीं के नहीं रहोगे, मैं आपके लिए बोलने, आप ही के बारे में नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, जो भी इसके ऊपर जो आपको इन्फॉर्मेशन कहीं को दे रहे हैं, आपको अवेयरनेस कहीं को कर रहे हैं, आपके एरिया में, आपके लोकेलिटी में अगर ऐसा कुछ हो रहा तो आप करेंगे नहीं और करने देंगे नहीं, ओके, राइट। एंड वी आर गिविंग सम फोन नंबर्स। अगर आपके एरिया में अगर कहाँ भी ये गांजा ले रहे हैं या तो सेल कर रहे हैं, इसकी इन्फॉर्मेशन आपको ये 3 नंबर्स पे देंगे एज ए सिटीजन ऑफ इंडिया। आपका माहौल खराब नहीं होने देंगे, आप करेंगे भी नहीं, ओके। एंड वी हैव वन प्लेज, अपनी सेहत अपनी जिम्मेदारी, अपनी एरिया में ड्रग्स और गांजा को बैन करेंगे। गांजा और ड्रग्स से अपने सेहत को खराब नहीं करेंगे। गांजा और ड्रग्स से डिप्रेशन, खुदकुशी और मौत के शिकार हो रहे हैं। इसलिए हम सब अपनी एरिया से गांजा और ड्रग्स जैसे नशीली चीजों को बैन करके अपनी एरिया को गांजा और ड्रग्स मुक्त बनाएंगे। इस काम में हम अपने तन मन से प्रतिज्ञा करते हैं।